Hey friends, welcome back. Today we have a makeup tutorial and let's do this. So I'm starting out by prepping my skin. I am using the MAC, I think it's called like Skin Prep and Prime, and I'm just pushing it in, prepping the skin. This is my favorite drugstore foundation. This is the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation in the shade 120. I put all my makeup on the back of my hand and I allow it to warm up, and then it actually melts into the skin better. So that's a little trick for you. And I'm using a damp beauty blender. I have very dry skin, so this just works for me. But yeah, and I always bring it down my neck and to the side of my ears and stuff. You want to make sure everything is blended very nicely. I just wanted to show you guys kind of how the foundation melts into the skin. For a drugstore foundation, it works really well. We're going to start on the brows. This is the Benefit Brow Wiz. It's like goof proof one. I think it's shade number 4. It's kind of dark, but once you comb it out, it comes out really nice. But yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead. I initially start out by lining the lower part of my brow, and then I line the top part, and then I fill them in, and then I blend them out, and I'll kind of go in with a little bit of powder to fill in any spaces, just to make them look a little bit fuller. Unfortunately for me, the 90s was not kind to my eyebrows, so they're very thin and just missing hairs in certain places. So brows for me are kind of the most tedious part of my routine. They take the longest for me, but because I'm more insecure about my eyebrows, and I just think that if your eyebrows look good, you can like conquer the world. So I'm all here for the good brows, ladies. So I'm going through with this spoolie and I'm just kind of combing out the product, blending out my eyebrows so they kind of have that gradient effect that looks the most natural, but to each its own. I'm going to go in with this NYX brow powder in the shade Brunette, and the other side of that spoolie has a little like angled brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and just fill in a little bit like the front part of my brow, very light-handed, and also the back end of my brow, just to catch any any missed spaces or anything like that. It can get really tricky with a brow pencil because if you tend to go too heavy, then your eyebrows are just going to be a huge contrast to your face, and you don't ever want like your eyebrows to be the first thing people see. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these brows. I'm using a little bit of this NYX concealer and this Real Techniques concealer brush, and like I said, I take a little bit on the back of my hand, and I don't want my brush soaked like in product. I want it to have like a thin layer, and I just clean up right underneath. This will give you that real crisp looking brow. Even if your brows aren't tweezed and you're like in between, this will clean them up and make them look really fresh, really crisp. For the top part of your brows, ladies, do not use concealer. I promise you, it just doesn't look good. So I use the same color foundation, and I will clean up the top part of my brow, because the thing is if you use a concealer that's really bright, you're gonna see that it's gonna be real bright around the brow, and it just doesn't look good. So I always go in with my foundation to clean up the top part of my brow, and I really like to have a really crisp tail on my brow, so I always make sure I clean that up. And yeah, so I just go through it, and I don't really ever try to make the front part of my brows really boxy because I don't like that. And then I'm going to go with my beauty blender, and I'm just going to kind of just push the product in on my eyelids and then the rest of the foundation that went around. We're going to go ahead and conceal. This is my favorite concealer. A lot of drugstore products today. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind in the, I think it's like Brighten or the Illuminate shade. It is an exact dupe for the Becca under eye brightener, and it's like half the price, and it's really good if you have like fine lines underneath your eyes like I do. And I'm taking that concealer and I'm just going down you know, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin, just to bring the light to the center of the face. Contouring and like highlighting is really the oldest trick in the book to make your face look really structured, and it'll really take, you know, some pounds off the face. If you have a really round face, add that dimension in and brighten up in the center, you know, it'll really just make you look real sleek. So we're going to go ahead and set that concealer. I'm using the Airspun translucent powder. It works okay. It's not too bad. I do not bake underneath my eyes. If you have any type of fine lines or texture underneath your eyes, do not bake. You will regret it. You will see all those fine lines. It really will age you. So I just use this e.l.f. brush, and I put it underneath my eyes, and then I have like, I call them frown lines, but you know, I have wrinkles in my forehead. So I push the product into those wrinkles so nothing will move. All right, here is the star of our show. This is the NYX contour palette. You can get this at Target now, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Ulta. And I'm going to go ahead and use this huge fan brush. This is how I go ahead and bronze my skin. It just takes out all the guesswork. It really just melts everything in really nicely. Honestly, I'm not even looking in a mirror right now. I'm just kind of going off the angles of my face, and it'll get right into the, you know, your cheekbones. I mean, it really carves out your face really nicely, and I've done it for all my clients I've used when I've done their makeup, and it always comes out really nice. So I just go through with the two lighter shades in the palette and just start bronzing out my skin, bringing back the color that I took away when I put that foundation on. And we're going to go underneath my jawbone, and I bring it down my neck. So that's going to, if you could tell right now, my face looks so much thinner and more defined because of the shadows I was creating. I'm going to go in with the darker shade and a little bit, and then take it right by my ear, right where my cheekbones are, along my temples, and for the very top of my forehead. I do this because I have a very large forehead, so I try to, you know, bring down the depth of it. And I'm going to take just a regular like foundation powder brush and just kind of buff everything in so nothing looks too crazy. Taking a contour brush from Real Techniques in the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to bring it down my nose, and I also bring it in to like by my brow bone. And so that just kind of, like I said, it's going to create those shadows. It's going to make your face look really structured, and I enjoy that look. So it makes my nose look a little bit thinner as well. If you wanted, you could always pop a little bit underneath your bottom lip, and that gives you the pouty look. We're going to go ahead and add some blush. This is my favorite one. It's actually a highlighter, but it works nice for me as a blush. It's MAC's like gleaming blush. See a little bit on this MAC 504, and I'm just putting it on my cheeks. It really gives a really nice glow to the skin, just makes you look really healthy. And this bad mamma jamma is the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. You guys ain't ready for this highlight. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Look, it's coming. Oh, look. Okay, here we go. You ready? And bam. Look at that. Gleaming, baby. But I do take a little bit into to the side of my face and my cheekbones and my brow bone. I put a little bit on my forehead, tip of my nose, my cupid's bow. I just like to have a healthy glow. I like highlighter. I will bathe in it if I could. So that's what I do. To each its own. If you don't like it, that's okay. All right, we're starting on the eyes. We're using a Morphe 504 and the same contour palette. Like I told you, star of the show. So I'm taking the two lighter shades, and I'm going to put those in like my upper crease. And it's just going to add some definition to my eye, and it just, you know, brings it all in. So this is a look that I wear almost every day when I put on makeup. If I don't feel like sitting down and like doing a full beat, this whole makeup look takes roughly about 15 to 20 minutes. If you didn't want to do your brows, it would be less. And I'm going in with the two middle shades with another Morphe M139 brush, and those are going to go into the outer V and into my crease. And again, it's just I'm just creating some depth to the eye. This makeup look you can wear to work, you can wear anywhere. Throw on some lashes, you can wear it out. And the darkest shade I am going to throw on my lash line, and again into the outer V, just to almost cause like a little bit of a brown smoky eye, if you will. And then I'm taking that that highlighter, the Ofra Run, and I'm going to actually put it on a little bit of a flat shader brush, and I'm going to put it on my lid and into the inner corner of my eye. So everything, you're using the same products for almost your whole face. So if you're traveling, this would be an awesome way to do your makeup, because then you only have to bring a few things. taking this definer brush and the two middle colors, and I'm going to put that on my lower lash line. I like to have a smoky lower lash line. I think it disguises fine lines and wrinkles a lot better. I think it just complements eyes as well. We're going to go on with some Great Lash Mascara, another Maybelline. Maybelline girl, where you at? You need to go ahead and sponsor me. But this is an oldie but a goodie, and it works really well, and it's cheap, so that's why I wear it. Again, if you want to throw on some lashes, you could. I ended up throwing on lashes later on in the day because I had some stuff to do. But if you didn't, like when I go to work, I don't wear lashes, and this is the same look I would use. I'm going to go ahead and use a nude eyeliner pencil into my lower lash line because it brightens up the eyes and it makes you look really awake, and it's my favorite. And we're going to take a little bit of more shades from that palette and then smoke out the lower line again, just to kind of bring everything together. It really does look really nice. It really complements any eye shade or textured skin. And next we're going in with MAC In Control Pro Longwear Lip Liner, very similar to MAC Swirl or Soar. They're just my favorite shades. And we're going to top that with a little bit of MAC Angel, which is another favorite of mine. And that will wrap up this look. So let me know what you guys think. Is this easy enough? Do you guys want to see more? Let your girl know. See you later.